Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have done till cell wall, in which we have learned that how cell wall works, how plasma membrane works. Actually, both are the features of the cell. Plasma membrane is the basic feature of the animal cell, and cell wall is the basic feature of the plant cell. Plant cannot move, that's why they have one more thick layer, that is called cell wall, which prevent the plants from the outer or atmospheric disasters, right? Let's move on the next main part of the cell, that is nucleus. What is nucleus? One thing you must know, that nucleus is actually known as the brain of the cell, right? It is the brain of the cell. So brain, what the brain works, brain actually, what brain is doing, brain control all the function of our body, right? So same as nucleus also control the functions of rest of the cell organelles, right? Cell organelles I'll describe you later. Now come to the definition of the nucleus. If you have to define the nucleus, then nucleus is a spherical, dense and protoplasmic body found in the cytoplasm of the cell, right? Nucleus is a spherical, dense and protoplasmic body found in the cytoplasm of the cell. It is spherical in shape, right? And next is, generally in animal cell it is located in center, but in young plant cell plant cell it is located at the corner, or you can say periphery. But in young plant cell, nucleus is located at the center, right? Now next thing is that what are the different components of the nucleus, that we can say structure of the nucleus. Dear, you must know that there are some organisms, some cells are there who don't have the nucleus. These cells are known as unnucleated, without nucleus, right? Example, RBC, without nucleus, right? And phloem, in phloem there are sieve cells which don't have the nucleus, right? And some cells are multinucleate, so many nucleus are present in that. For example, paramecium, they are multinucleated, right? So if we go to the structure of nucleus, so nucleus having following parts. What are these parts? First part is nuclear membrane. You can see in the structure the outermost layer, that is called nuclear membrane. And nucleus is bounded by a double layered nuclear membrane. This is, the nuclear membrane is actually double layer, right? And it's not in a regular way. Regular मतलब एक proper sphere नहीं होता. It is discontinuous sphere. तो that discontinuous sphere means जहां जहां से break हो रही है ये layer, right? These are actually known as nuclear pores. See in the diagram, nuclear pores. What is the function of nuclear pore? These nuclear pores allow to exchange of materials between the nucleus and cytoplasm, right? Because nucleus present inside the cytoplasm, in the cytoplasm, in a spherical form. So there should be exchange between nucleus and the cytoplasm that occurs with the help of pores, that is called nuclear pore, right? And the outer layer of the nuclear membrane is generally connected with endoplasmic reticulum. This is a cell organelle. I'll explain you later about endoplasmic reticulum. Next part of the nucleus, that is nucleoplasm, right? Plasma means jelly like liquid. The nuclear membrane encloses a space which is filled with a liquid called nucleoplasm, a liquid which is present inside the membranes of the nucleus. That is called nucleoplasm. It is colorless, but it is thicker, right? And in this nucleoplast, what is present? The main informative material component, that is called chromatin material. And yes, one more small ball present in this bigger ball. That small ball is known as nucleolus. Right? Now, next part of the nucleus, that is nucleolus. Nucleolus is present inside that big ball, the so-called nucleus, inside a small ball, that is called nucleolus. It is dense and it's also a circular shape, right? A spherical shape. Okay. So what is the function of this nucleolus? The main function of this nucleolus, which help in the protein synthesis. How it can help in the protein synthesis? By producing ribosomes. That's why nucleolus is also known as ribosomal factory, where ribosomes are produced. Right? Ribosomes, again, it's a cell organelle. We'll read in next audio video. Next, the last part of the nucleus and the most important part of the nucleus, that is chromatin material. What is chromatin material? It's a thread-like structure. And how this thread is made up of? With the help of a substance named DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and proteins. Right? So this is the chromatin material, which is present like a thread inside the nucleoplast. Right? And when the cell division takes place, during the cell division time, these thread-like material converted into chromosomes, thicker material. These thread-like converted into chromosomes. Fine. So this was the structure. What components of the nucleus are? Nuclear membrane, nucleoplast, nucleolus, and last one is chromatin material. Fine. Students, let's move to the next topic, that is chromosome. Little bit about chromosome you must know, not so much deep, but yes, information you must know about the chromosome. See the structure of chromosome. You can see that it appears a rod-like in shape, right? And these are generally present in the nucleus, and they don't have any membrane, and they are made up of deoxyribonucleic acid and proteins. What is the main function of chromosome? They are the storehouse of all information, or in fact you should say genetic information, storehouse of the genetic information, which is very much important for the cell to function. Right? Without this, a person cannot pass his genetic character to their next generation. So this activated form of the DNA, that is known as genes. Genes actually the transformer, or you can say they are the messenger which carry the parental character towards the offspring. Offsprings means next generation, the young ones, newborn babies are called offsprings. Right? So what happened, the structure which you can see in the diagram, how it is formed and when it is formed. It is formed during cell division, right? And these small branches that you can see, 4 branches, these are actually chromatids. What are these? Chromatids, right? And where the chromatids are attached, that point is actually known as centromere, right? And those small one are the chromatids, and bigger arms are known as arms, right? One side of the centromere, chromatids, these are smaller, and the other side of the centromere, these are the big arms, right? So this is all about chromosomes. And you must know how much pair of chromosome are present in human. 23 pairs. In 8th class also you have read this. Some more I am telling, you can note it down. Maize plant, 20 pairs of chromosome. Pea plant, 7 pairs. Dogs, 39 pairs. Drosophila, fruit fly, 4 pairs, right? So generally the chromosomes are present in pairs, right? And if you want to differentiate between the nucleus and nucleolus, see this table. Nucleus, how will you write? Nucleus is a cell organelle found in the cytoplasm of an eukaryotic cell. Nucleolus, component present inside the nucleus. Nucleolus, double layered membrane, and nucleolus, no covering. Nucleus control the working of a cell. On nucleolus plays important role in ribosomal synthesis within the nucleus. Now you must have concluded the functions of nucleus. So the first function, carrier of genetic information, or you simply say storehouse of the genetic information. Second, control center of a cell. Third, participate in cell division, right? And last, synthesis of ribosome. So these all are the functions of the nucleus. Dear, in previous explanation, I have used one word, that was eukaryotic cell. Now I am going to tell you what are eukaryotic cell and what are prokaryotic cell, right? With a eukaryotic cell, if you want to define the eukaryotic cells, so these cells are advanced cells, or simply these are the complete cell in which a well-defined nucleus is present, all cell organelles are present, proper plasma membrane is present, everything. Means a complete cell is called eukaryote, or a simple definition, with a well-defined nucleus cell is known as eukaryotes. And prokaryotes, pro means primitive, karyote means nucleus, in which poorly defined nucleus is present. Pro means primitive nucleus, right? And the nuclear material which is present in prokaryote, they having only single chromosome. जो प्रोकैरियोट्स होते हैं उनमें एक सिंगल क्रोमोसोम्स होता है, प्रेजेंट होता है, वो भी मेम्ब्रेन से बंधा हुआ नहीं होता है, और सिंपली यू कैन से दैट इज नॉट एनक्लोज्ड बाय अ न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. They don't have cell membrane bound structure in them. Simply cell organelles are not present, and very less cell organelles are present. Right? That's why they are known as primitive or prokaryotes. Right? In place of nucleus, they having nucleoid. nucleoid. Nucleoid means it has only the, in place of nucleus they having nucleoid. And what this consists, what nucleoid consists? Only nucleic acid, right? They don't have a well-defined nucleus, or in place of nucleus they are having nucleotide. Nucleotide has only nucleic acid, right? On the other hand, eukaryotes, they having well-defined nucleus, membrane-bound cell organelles, and everything is present in them. So this is the main difference between eukaryotes and prokaryotes. If I'll talk about the example of the prokaryote, amoeba, bacteria, these are जो smaller microorganisms होते हैं, these are the prokaryotes. And eukaryotes, all the bigger animals or well-developed animals. Right? So like this we can differentiate between prokaryote or eukaryote. Right? See in the table differentiation has been given. Like this you can differentiate the prokaryote and eukaryotic cell. Right class? Listen the video, listen the audio and see the video very carefully. It will really help you.